How to choose the best plan. Hey strong friends, and welcome to episode 9 of the Courtney for Life podcast. I'm doing a double whammy here. If you're watching on YouTube, then obviously you know. So I'm actually creating both a YouTube video and a podcast right now because when I asked my followers how they wanted to learn this information that I am going to provide you, there were mixed responses. So why not do both? So if you see me reading off in the corner, if you are watching this video, then I am reading off my notes. But I guess you get to see behind the scenes of how I record a video, kind of what it looks like going on, and me hanging out in my office. So here we go, I guess. So whether you're new to social media or have been interested in joining my team of thriving nutrition clients, this episode is going to give you all the details you need to know in deciding what style of plan best suits your lifestyle and timelines that you should be considering in order to achieve or surpass your goals, whatever they look like. So we're going to go through the plans in detail, and then we're going to talk about timelines and how to know how long to commit to at minimum. So we have 3 levels of current plans to choose from, and I'm going to base them in order of experience and awareness of nutrition. So level 1 is mindful portions, level 2 is flexible dieting, and level 3 is intuitive eating. Now I am just calling these levels for now. Really, they mean nothing. just for easier purposes, and just so you can kind of figure out where everything ranks. So level 1 is mindful portions. This program is really popular, I'd say more around like the 30 to 50-year-old clients. It's not about tracking calories, but more so like a points-based system. So similar to Weight Watchers, but I've customized it so there's way more individualized, so it is way more individualized per client, and therefore it's way more successful. I collect your food preferences, and then based off what you're currently eating, I set up calories for your food. Set up categories for your food. So in each category, you have a certain number of points associated with portion sizes, like cups and tablespoons. And then you have a total number of points that I recommend to hit in each category each day. And these points are based on your needs and goals. Again, all customized. We do not restrict foods in this plan or any plan for that matter. Level 2 is flexible dieting. Flexible dieting, if you're not sure, consists of tracking your macros, so your protein, carbs, and fats. The program does involve weighing out your food and tracking it in a daily food log app like My Macros Plus. This plan does require quite a serious level of commitment. The plan is fairly intense, I'll be honest, but by us being more precise on these tracked numbers, we're able to adjust better and create way better results in the end. This is like the fine tuning that you probably couldn't get just from tracking calories or portion control. It's more or less like eat whatever you want as long as you hit these nutrition ranges. And that's like a very light overview of flexible dieting with me. Level 3 is intuitive eating. This is my newest plan and probably the most complex program that I have created, and I am so excited for it. This is like, in my little family of plans, this is like my little gifted baby, and I love it. It is so unique, and it took me so long to do research, create, edit, beta test, and about to finally launch. This plan is more with mindsets of food. It's not a diet plan, and it is by no means intended for any type of weight loss. Now, it might happen. You might lose weight on the plan, which is super awesome. That's just like a bonus. But the purpose of the plan is to improve your relationship with food. If you've suffered from any past food restrictions or extreme bouts of dieting, which almost all women have at some point, it's about breaking the diet mentality and honoring your body and its cues, especially with hunger. There is no right way to follow this program, and it's intended to provide guidance and awareness with areas of focus and intent on a weekly basis. All nutrition plans have weekly check-in requirements in various formats. All flexible dieting check-ins are done through my online client portal, where clients provide nutrition information from their past week, which is conveniently synced with their My Macros Plus or MyFitnessPal apps, as well as optional Fitbits. Measurements and weights are tracked for progress as well. All programs include communication such as detailed follow-ups, asking questions, habit tracking, and any additional support that clients need. I will be completely honest and say that I am not a registered dietitian, and my plans are not intended to treat or cure any eating disorders or other health issues. If you do have serious health concerns, please consult a doctor. Training programs are kind of separate from the purpose of this topic, but I do offer both template and customized training programming that can either be combined with the nutrition guidance or on their own. If you do have questions or interest with training programming, please either visit my website at CourtneyForLife.com or email me, CourtneyU@live.ca, and we'll make sure we get your questions answered. Now on to timelines. No program is going to give you drastic results in 2 weeks or even 2 months, and that's both with my programming or anybody's programming. I'm sorry, but if they say that you're going to be like shredded in 2 months, probably it's a little bit of bullshit. Just gonna call people out there. So originally when I began creating nutrition coaching, I was following a 10-week phase with my clients. Once I realized that clients weren't getting as far as they wanted in 10 weeks, I set it up for 12 because really 2 more weeks of consistency and accountability does make a difference, obviously. Recently, I transitioned everything to 16-week phases, and based on my research and client success rates, I found that when clients stuck to at least 16 weeks of programming, more so 32 weeks was like the sweet spot, they saw way more progress than 10 or 12 weeks. And that's just kind of common sense, right? And again, it's totally going to be dependent on each unique person's needs, goals, and current lifestyle. The best success I've seen that I just mentioned are clients who don't set end dates and stick with me for at least 8 months or 32 weeks. And then obviously, like if you stick, like I have clients that have been with me for 2 years, those clients are seeing a hell of a lot better progress than the clients who are with me for 16 weeks. So consistency, we know that good things take time, right? So one of the biggest goals with new clients that I get is that they want to lose weight and be more toned. In a way, they basically tell me that they kind of want to look like me. And that's extremely flattering. So like strong and slender. I remind them that I've been working on this body for many years, more specifically over 2 years now. And that is a powerlifting specific for over 2 years. I've been in the gym for 10. Takes a long time. So just following a plan for 16 weeks is not going to get a client all ripped and shreddies, as I like to call it. So if a client has been following any diet within the last 6 months, so probably in the form of restricting calories or food groups for that matter, they usually need to start hitting maintenance amount of calories where they aren't in a caloric deficit and not trying to lose weight, which will help them heal and improve their metabolism. So either hitting maintenance or reversing caloric intake, where we slowly increase calories over a period of time to rebuild the metabolism and overall body functions. And this is not a massing or like a bulking cycle by any means, trust me. If the client doesn't want to gain weight, then I'm not going to be forcing the client to gain weight. We do this very slowly and in a very healthy way. And the way I see it, the longer you've been trying to diet, the longer we need to stay in like this rebuilding phase. Okay, so either hitting maintenance calories or reversing calories for at least 4 months. There's that 16-week mark that I just talked about. Then once calories have been increased and the body's regular functions have been restored, we can then look at cutting calories and peeling away fat mass. I like to make sure that clients have at least 10 to 12 times their body weight in calories for a prolonged period of time before we even think about cutting. So for example, if a client is 140 pounds, then we need somewhere from 14 to 1700 calories at minimum, again, before we even think about dieting down. Our bodies are not super amazing at multitasking, which means that if we want to lose body fat and increase calories at the same time, it's kind of almost too much to ask. There are a few genetically blessed people who absolutely can do that. But for the general population of clients who come to me, especially women who have gone through years of yo-yo dieting, it's just not going to work. So if we're looking at timelines and specific numbers, if you've been trying to follow any type of diet or trying to lose weight at any point in time over the last 6 months, there's probably about 4 months of, let's call it, calorie rebuilding that needs to happen. Cutting or dieting down can take anywhere from 4 weeks to 4 months, depending on the client's body and how well it responds based on lifestyle and caloric deficit. We can go through like mini cuts, where I've done that with some of my recent clients over the summer. So looking at 4 months of slowly cutting back calories, and once a client hits a good weight loss goal, which is usually about 5 pounds of fat mass, I'd say for the average woman that I have, then we can slowly increase calories again, rebuilding that caloric intake in order to reverse again. Ultimately, we want to be dieting down, or losing body fat, while eating the most amount of food, so as little cutting as possible, and of course the least amount of cardio, right? And if anyone completely disagrees with that, message me because we need to talk, because that's just silly. So that is why I recommend these longer timelines, better health throughout the entire process. So if you've been unsure about which style or timeline of nutrition guidance you want to commit to with me, I hope this does provide you a little bit more insight. And please let me know. You can always email me if you do have other questions. Again, it's CourtneyU@live.ca, and we'll go through in detail where you're at and where you want to be. So that's all that I've got going on today. Thanks for listening and for watching, and I'm sure we'll talk soon. Until next time, have a good day, strong friends.